All right, the time is 3 o'clock on Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. I'm calling to order the Sarpy County Board of Equalization. With us today, we have Commissioners Burmeister, Warren, Mixon, and Klug, as well as our County Administrator, Bonnie Moore, Kendra Kaler from the Clerk and Register of Deeds Office. We have Dan Pittman, our Assessor, and Jeff Mikesell, our County Treasurer. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 4 is public comments. Is there anybody from the public that wishes to approach the board or speak this afternoon? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to the consent equalization agenda. Entertain a motion if nobody wants to see anything move to the regular agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Warren, second by Burmeister. Any discussion? Please vote.
Ayes 4, absent Kelly, motion carried.
All right, moving on to our regular agenda, 6.1 tax correction 17572. Dan Pittman, County Assessor.
Good afternoon. This one's a homestead exemption. So,
Yeah. Motion to approve. Second.
It's a motion by Mixon, second by Warren. Any further discussion? Please vote. Thank you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Ayes 4, absent Kelly, motion carried.
All right, agenda item 7 is executive session, which we don't need this afternoon. We'll move on to 8, which is adjournment. All agenda items having been addressed as published, the Board of Equalization is adjourned. All right, the time is now 3:02. Call to order the Board of Commissioners. Today we have Commissioners Burmeister, Warren, Mixon, and Klug, as well as our County Administrator, Bonnie Moore, Kendra Kaler from the Clerk and Register of Deeds Office, and Jeff Mikesell, our County Treasurer. Item 3 is public comments. Do you want to open up if there's anybody from the public that has any comments for the board at this time? Seeing none, we'll close public comments and move to Commissioners, Administrators, announcements, and comments. We'll start with Commissioner Burmeister.
None, thanks.
None.
None.
No comments.
All right, and none for me either. Next agenda item is awards, proclamations, and presentations. So agenda 5.1 is a proclamation. This is National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. It's April 13th through the 19th of 2025. We want to welcome our Emergency Communications Director, Bill Muldoon, and a few others to the podium.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
So it is, we do have a proclamation. I'll go ahead and read it into record if that's okay.
Please.
All right. Whereas the public safety telecommunicators are the first lifeline to residents experiencing an emergency, and whereas their ability to quickly assess needs, prioritize calls, help deploy appropriate resources directly impacts the outcomes of the emergency situations. And whereas dispatchers are ready 24/7, 365 days a year to connect callers in a moment's notice to law enforcement, fire, and medical personnel. And whereas they reliably and meticulously convey key incident details to first responders and are trained to provide CPR and even childbirth to instructions over the phone, which can result in life-saving care. And whereas in challenging and developing situations, dispatchers provide timely information to the public safety personnel, including sheriff's deputies, police officers, firefighters, and paramedics, to promote their safety on scene. And whereas the Sarpy County Emergency Communication Team receives on average 4,997 calls to 911 and 8,624 non-emergency calls per month. And whereas the Sarpy County 911 dispatchers exhibit exceptional composure, decisiveness, and compassion execution of their duties, and whereas we are grateful for their dedication and recognize that their contributions are indispensable and are a fabric of public safety. And the rest of it's yours, I think.
And with that, therefore, the Sarpy County Board of Commissioners recognizes April 13th through the 19th of 2025 as National Public Safety Telecommunications Week in Sarpy County, Nebraska, to honor the men and women who provide critical support to our community and our first responders. So, Bill, I want to thank you for mentioning that, for going through that, the proclamation. I say this often, Sarpy County is very, very blessed to have the frontline workers and employees that we have, and certainly the 911 dispatchers are certainly no exception to that. And I believe you want to recognize a few employees as well.
There's a couple, just to bring to mind some of the work that they do. First of all, we have Eric here, who on February 22nd answered a call from a man advising that his pregnant wife was in labor. And despite a kid call, as you can imagine, Eric created the call for the paramedics, then provided instructions to the couple. The baby had not been born yet. Put him on speakerphone, or they put him on speakerphone while the paramedics were en route. He maintained calm, gave the couples reassurance, and then critical emergency medical instructions is provided by our priority dispatch protocol. And prior to the paramedic arrival, a baby girl was born and sounded quite healthy from the crying. And so this qualifies for a Stork Award that we will present, Eric.
Thank you.
Eric has been here 26 years, and this is his first Stork Award. So I said, as he's approaching the halfway point of his career, it's a good time to get it. Then second, we have Courtney here, who was the call taker a couple weeks ago. You might have heard of this call. It was mentioned last week. We had a trucker couple coming through Sarpy County. They stopped at a truck stop along Highway 50. They noticed a young girl with an older man. And over the course of the stop, they struck up a conversation with both the man and with the girl, I believe separately. And the stories weren't matching up. And so a lot of credit to this couple. First of all, we say, if you see something, say something. And that's exactly what they did. They were suspicious of it. It didn't add up. I believe she even did some sleuthing on her own through the missing and exploited children's websites, and noticed that she thought the girl kind of matched that description, and she called 911 and then got Courtney. So Courtney promptly and professionally took the information, started the deputies on their way to the location with the caller still on the phone. She was able to get descriptions, where exactly they were in the parking lot and such, which truck they were in, and all this type of information. And as she was gathering this, typing it in, it was being broadcasted to the deputies, so that when the deputies arrived, they drove right up to where they needed to go. And affected a rescue of a 17-year-old girl, and then an arrest of a guy that was in the company without further incident. So this is a team effort all the way around. First of all, we have very concerned citizens who notice the situation, question it, and call. And then secondly, we have alert telecommunicators like Courtney here, who do not hesitate, take the information, get resources en route without any attempt to verify or judge for this type of outcome. And then Courtney even stayed with to confirm the warrant and confirmed the guy's identity, that he was wanted and allegedly responsible for this girl's missing. Then the team effort goes on further. We had our Juvenile Justice Center, our JJC, actually provided some accommodation for the 17-year-old and reunification with the parents when they arrived. And then our Corrections Department happily housed the gentleman for his part. But this is just this stuff happens every day. We have heroes every day in our 911 center, and these are two prime examples that are pretty recent, pretty relevant of what they're about. And we appreciate your support.
Thank you for being here. I do want to open up for comments from the other commissioners, and we do want to come down and personally thank you and get a picture before you return to your seats. But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Just thanks so much for what you do on a regular basis. It's a difficult job dealing with difficult issues, and we really appreciate all you do.
I've been around dispatch for decades, and it went from horrible to not much better to still not nice. And that's always been one of my biggest respect. I mean, I would hate to work where you guys work. If you've never been down there, it's mind numbing, and it's just not a very happy place.
I'm doing better.
Yeah, even with him there, it's not a happy place. And I'm excited about what Sarpy's undertaking, and we're going to make you guys a first-class facility that you deserve. Excited.
There's a few other in the back row. I'm trying to force them to come up, but they, so.
You got to come up for the picture anyways.
Susie, you were going to sing the Star Spangled Banner, weren't you?
Again, thank you so much. And I'm just wondering, Eric, right? Are you an honorary godparent now?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
That may change.
Yeah, okay. And the other one, that's just a super job. So Courtney, thank you so much. And thank everyone. Thank all of the 911 operators. You do a great job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Kitty, where would you like? Thanks.
Thank you.
Award winner right in the middle there.
Tall guy.
Same with me.
I mean, get in between.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys for being here, and to Jim's comment, as we move forward with the new facility, we look forward to receiving your input to make sure that it's what you need. Thank you. Moving on to item 6 is our consent commissioner's agenda. Entertain a motion to approve as published.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Warren, second by Burmeister. Any further discussion from the board? Seeing none, please vote.
Ayes 4, absent Kelly, motion carried.
Moving on to our regular agenda, Resolution 2025-73, Growth Management Plan, Exception Request Application for the property currently addressed at 17801 Buffalo Road and legally described as Tax Lot 2, Section 4, T12N, R11E of the 6th Prime Meridian, Sarpy County, Nebraska. Applicant Ryan M. and Jennifer A. Peterson. Scott Bovick, Deputy County Administrator.
Thank you, Commissioners. This is a 10.61 acre property located just at the intersection of 180th Street and Buffalo Road. What's in front of you today is a request to the Sarpy County Sewer Agency for an exception to their regulations and their fees. This property, because it was active lot and had the appropriate zoning before the sewer agency's regulations and growth management plan went into place, it's exempt. So we just need to file this paperwork with the agency. What that means is the property owners, they'll be able to build a single-family dwelling. They'll be able to have a septic system on that property. They won't have to pay it's about $30,000 an acre full fee or the $5,700 per lot fee. With this exception approved today, we'll send it to the sewer agency, and I believe they plan to take action on this item at their their meeting yet this month. We do coordinate these with the sewer agency staff. We work through them, develop recommendation jointly, and then go through this first step of the process and getting the board to approve a request. That happy to answer any questions.
Just a couple comments and one question. So once this is approved, they're not able to subdivide, or if they subdivide in the future, it would not be exempt at that point, and they would be subject to the then current fees.
Correct. They'd be subject to the regulations, the county's planning and zoning regulations, and the sewer agency's regulations at that time.
Right. And then whatever the fees are at that time, not.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep.
Great. Thank you.
Any further questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Warren, second by Mixon. Any further discussion from the board? Seeing none, please vote.
Ayes 4, absent Kelly, motion carried.
Agenda item 8, executive session. Don't believe we have a need for that this afternoon either. With that, all agenda items having been addressed as published, the Board of Commissioners is adjourned.